right now. Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, Paul, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone. It is a Saturday night edition of the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call right here on Pittsburgh CW. Bob Pompeani with you on the Bordas and Bordas hotline, which is 412-575-2600. You saw earlier tonight here on Pittsburgh CW, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC got a tie, another point against Charlotte. What that does is give them a home playoff game coming up in the playoffs in the not-too-distant future. They have been really good this year under head coach Bob Lilly. They got some real good scorers. Ben Zemansky scored a tying goal tonight after Romeo Parks scored early. Unleash the Hounds. They're headed to the playoffs and a home playoff game, so make sure you pay attention to when that is and get out there and support that team. They're a very good soccer club and one that has a lot of young Pittsburgher guys on it, as well as people from all over the country. It's a good team to follow. Meantime, we're here talking about all things sports. If you'd like to talk Hounds, that's fine. If you want to talk Pitt, that's fine. We'll go from Hounds to Panthers, and the Pitt Panthers were clawless today. Just bad on the road. Another embarrassing loss. How else can you describe it? It was 45-7 before it became 45-14 as Pitt goes to Central Florida, a very good team for a non-Power 5 conference team. And boy, they've won 17 in a row. They've been very good. They don't waste any time getting to the line of scrimmage, do things you're not comfortable doing in 93-degree heat. And Pitt just never got into that game. They were down early. They gave up a lot of yards to quarterback Milton, 328, Mackenzie Milton, and then he also rushed for a couple of touchdowns. He has, listen to this, 12 touchdowns in his last two games, combined throwing and running. The guy's just a tremendous player, and he took advantage of the Pitt secondary and just lack of speed. They have a lot of speed on that team, and speed kills. We saw that today firsthand. Kill-ins specifically had two very big plays, including a 71-yard touchdown in the second half of that game, and Pitt was never really in that game. So bottom line is they're 2-3. They got Syracuse coming up. That's going to be a tough game. Syracuse went to Death Valley today and almost, quite frankly, should have pulled the upset. They were 25-point underdogs only because they're Syracuse, but really they're a better team than that, and they should have beaten Clemson today. They lose in the end 27-23. Syracuse is here, then Pitt goes to Notre Dame. They could very easily be looking at 2-5. And so I ask you, where are they in year 4 of the Pat Narduzzi era? As much as you'd like to see and say there have been gains, tangibly, have there been gains? Doesn't seem like there have been. So we'll talk about that coming up. Penn State's in the middle of a very good game. If you're not watching it, then you're probably watching us. It's a 14-13 game at last check. Ohio State missed a field goal after a penalty. They actually had a made field goal. They had to re-kick it, and it missed. So it's 14-13 in the fourth quarter of that game at State College in the middle of a whiteout. West Virginia continues to hum along, although they got close at the end. They had a 35-10 lead on Texas Tech. Had to hold off and win 42-34 based on a pick six late in that game. But still, Will Greer and company flying high right now. He's a Heisman contender and certainly spreading the ball around. He had another productive day with 370 yards passing, 3 more touchdowns. West Virginia remains undefeated at 4-0. We're also talking about what's going on with the Steelers, and they have some injuries tomorrow to deal with. Baltimore comes to town, Ravens, Steelers, and when was the last time you could remember this team, Pittsburgh and Baltimore, combining for a over and under line of 50? Normally it's 36, 37, 41 at the very most. That's the state of affairs in the NFL right now. Scoring is up. Quarterback protection is up, and as a result, defenses are helpless in many cases. And both Pittsburgh and Baltimore have scored more points, and specifically Baltimore. They're 12 for 12 in the red zone, so it's not going to be an easy game tomorrow. Baltimore has 3 new receivers, and they're utilizing every one of them from Snead to Brown to Crabtree. It's going to be a tough assignment for the Pittsburgh Steelers secondary. And quite frankly, it was interesting. Louis Riddick was highly critical of the Steelers on ESPN. He called their secondary atrocious. I'd like to get your thoughts on where they are and who needs to step up tomorrow. 412-575-2600 is that number. The Pirates ended up playing today. Jamison Tyone, 3 runs given up in 6 strong innings, 7 strikeouts, no walks, but he got no offensive support, so they lose today 3-0 to Cincinnati. We have so much to talk about, so little time, so I'll take a break, and we'll come back and take your phone calls. Again, get on the line. Air your opinions. It's 412-575-2600 right here live on Pittsburgh CW. The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, putting new roofs on Pittsburgh homes for over 25 years. Call Ireland Contracting at 1-800-NEW-ROOF.